The views and opinions expressed by the guest author or speaker during this live session are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Reader's Magnet. The content shared is for informational purposes only and does not constitute endorsement or promotion of any particular belief, ideology, or product.
Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another awesome day here at RM Hive, and you're tuning in to Reader's Magnet's featured author interview. I'm your host, Revan, and our featured author draws on a lifelong love of storytelling and performance to create playful, sometimes quirky mysteries where intelligence matters as much as instinct. With a background in dramatic arts, her stories are shaped by a strong sense of character, pacing, and imagination, blending classic mystery charm with a fresh modern voice. Inspired by mythology, classic films, and a passion for the art of suspense, she crafts tales that are both fun and smart, perfect for readers who love solving the puzzles right alongside their characters. Today, we're excited to welcome the creative mind behind these stories, author of Death by Chaos and The Wrong Side of the Flame, a Bridget LaFlamme mystery. Let's welcome Renaii West. Hi, Renaii. Thank you for joining us here
Hi,
today. How are
thank you. What a
you?
beautiful introduction. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I created that for you.
Oh,
So,
you're talented.
yeah, thank you so much. And by the way, for you guys out there, I know some of you are familiar with Renaii now. She was one of our featured author back um, at the Festival of Storytellers Chapter 7. So how was your experience back then,
Oh,
Renaii?
it was fabulous. It was fun to be able to talk about my creative,
Mm-hmm.
output, and then to hear about others, where they come from, and their inspiration and their work
True.
involved, and their background stories. It's been fabulous meeting other authors, and all of us sort of have we're all different, but we have so much in common as well.
True.
Yeah.
True. And that's what I love about some of those sessions as well, because you are already established authors and you get to share ideas with one another, and also with us, your viewers, we get to learn from you as well. So for all our viewers out there, can you share a bit about yourself and your journey as a writer?
Well, my name is Renaii West, and I
Mm-hmm.
was a dramatic arts instructor. I was fortunate that I fell into the position of being
Mm-hmm.
the drama teacher on a junior high level. That was part of a fabulous performing arts magnet program.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found was it was hard to find plays that could include. I was a popular teacher, so my
Mm-hmm.
classes, I had 30 kids. And for my advanced students, we would do a play every semester, and we would
Mm-hmm.
use class time as the rehearsal. And anybody
Mm-hmm.
who's ever dealt with 12 and 13-year-olds know if you don't give them something to do, they'll find something. And so you have to keep them busy. And so to find a play that would include 30 kids with multiple levels of talent. So I began to write my own plays. And I
Nice.
won't lie, even though I did do the audition process,
Mm-hmm.
I already knew who was going to get what part. I sort of wrote it for them, and I was very proud of the work I did, and the kids had
Mm-hmm.
fun, and that just got my creative juices flowing. And I think during COVID and everything, I had these stories in my head, and it was just time to get them out. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So that actually let you write during the COVID, because yeah, all of us got nothing to do. So it actually
Mhm.
gave you time to write these stories in your mind. I love that. And also, I can relate to you as well a little bit about you, because you are in the dramatic arts. I also do theater, and I love that I get to share this stage with you right now.
Yeah.
so so we have your books here. You have Death by Chaos and the other one, The Wrong Side of the Flame. So let's talk about your first book first. So Death
Okay.
by Chaos. So what is this book about?
Well, it begins with four four 18-year-old females
Mm-hmm.
entering college, and they are randomly thrown together as roommates. And what I love about, or what I wanted to present, is that they would not know each other or cross paths because they're very different. They come from different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
They have different majors. They have different ideas of what college is about.
Mm-hmm.
And they are somewhat inspired by what I consider the four main goddesses of Greek
Mm.
mythology. I love Greek mythology, and
Yeah.
the I love the goddesses, but I've always noticed the goddesses are usually rivals
Mm-hmm.
and they're against each other. And I just wanted to make four modern goddesses who connect, who
Oh.
bring their individual talents and they realize that they are stronger together. And even though I would say on campus they each had their realm where they were very popular
Uh-huh.
and they were the most popular girl in that group,
Mm-hmm.
together they were stronger. But that doesn't mean there's not problems or conflict or chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And while it appears everything's going their way, they're going to go on to life, a charmed life, I would call it. Something happens their senior year. And what
Mm-hmm.
happens is a popular student who has crossed paths with all four
Mm-hmm.
goddesses is found dead. One of the goddesses is a main suspect, and one of the goddesses goes missing
Uh-huh.
and remains missing. And that is how does that affect the other three for the next 20 years? And at the 20th reunion is coming up. And I hope I'm not giving too much away about the plot,
Yeah.
but they've had 20 years of suspects, of concerns, and yet they've remained tight friends. And they've also are going through midlife crisis and
Mm-hmm.
they're getting ready for their 20th anniversary or their reunion. And
Mm-hmm.
somebody comes into their life, a total stranger, and upsets the apple carts for them.
You know what? I'm so intrigued by it right now. It's deliciously intriguing. I want to have the book right now. So
Okay.
yeah, all these girls, the four goddesses, and then there's a murder, and who did that?
Yeah.
I love all these types of stories, and I am I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, good for
so,
you.
for,
Yeah.
so for all our viewers out there, that's that by Chaos by Renaii West right here. So what or who inspired you to write this book?
Well, one I do again. It's the idea of the four goddesses that
Mm-hmm.
was, bringing them together, and then a lot of it
Mm-hmm.
was my own college experience. In that
Mm,
you just became friends with people you lived with, and you became
true.
friends with your dorm mates, and just how you become I was a theater arts major or communication
Mm-hmm.
arts major. One of my really good friends that I'm still in touch with was a business major. She
Mm-hmm.
may have come to see plays because she was dragged.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one, was pre-med. I had friends that were nursing majors, and how we just all kind of, bonded. And then there were,
Mm-hmm.
some interesting relationships too. And I do bring this up in my book. I went to a private college. And
Mm-hmm.
so I know I was once called, more than once, one of the spoiled rich girls.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
But then there were the scholarship students. And then the scholarship students who may had to work, like work in the cafeteria or something. So there
True.
was a little bit of that dynamics. I would say we were all really good, but you could see a little bit like who could go skiing on a weekend,
Mm-hmm.
who couldn't, or who, I was never worried about money for the next semester. I had
Mm-hmm.
friends who were really worried, was their financial aid going to come through? Did they have to drop out? I had friends that had to drop out for a semester
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And so I wanted to cover that as well. And
Yeah.
then um, maybe some of the entitled behavior in the book. I won't give too much away. There are
Mm-hmm.
those that are very entitled. And
True.
sometimes when people think they're entitled, they can do whatever they want and do it to other people, whatever they want. And I wanted to cover that.
Yes. And
So,
what's nice about this story is that a lot of people will actually relate to it. They
mhm,
get to be their younger selves. I actually see myself
yeah,
as we were talking about the college thing. I also see myself. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
yeah,
These are the people because I also came from a private university here, and I see those people as well. And yeah. So here, what do you think your readers will take away after reading your book?
Well, one, I really hope they like the characters. As flawed as wonderful and as flawed as they are, I hope they like the characters and found them
Mm-hmm.
engaging and fun to be around, as if maybe they wanted to be the fifth roommate. And
True.
I also want them to take away maybe the value of friendship
Mm-hmm.
and the idea of keeping the friendship even when there could be conflict. What are the priorities? And I'm finding this very much now. As you know, the United States somewhat polarized,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm seeing online, people are dropping friends for what I
Mm-hmm.
think ridiculous reasons. And so I hopefully they are realizing the wonderful power of long-term friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hope they also are impressed with the ladies and how things get resolved.
Yeah.
So
So are you
yeah.
planning to make a sequel for this book?
I have it is in the process of being published now. I have finished it. Yes. I am
Wow.
revisiting the ladies 10 years later and how their
Exciting.
lives have been affected by this and where they are now. But of course, because of what I write, things won't go perfect for them.
Uh-huh. You know what? I'm so excited to have this book and that sequel. I'm also going to
Yeah.
look for it as well.
Yeah.
Really nice. So for example, because you're already an established author right now, and I
Mhm.
believe you'll get amazing feedback. And how about the negative feedback if you have received them? How do you process and deal with
Yeah.
negative book reviews?
It's hard. It's more fun getting a good review.
Mm-hmm,
But I
true.
try to understand that not everybody has the same taste. I mean,
Mm-hmm,
I'm not bragging here, but I got to go to the Louvre once, and
mm-hmm,
I saw everybody around the Mona Lisa. I had to do my picture like this because I couldn't get close to it because,
mm-hmm,
first of all, it's so protected, and then there's a crowd of people around it. And yes, it's a cool painting, but there were so many other paintings that I liked more. There were statues that I liked more. And when I watch the Oscars, I don't always agree with the best picture winner. And so I always remind myself not everybody has the same taste. And so I try not to take it personally. And
mm-hmm,
so once I get over that, I try to learn from it.
true.
I try to, and then I have to say, realize, okay, is that a real legitimate or is that a criticism I'm going
Mm-hmm,
to make changes, or is that a change I should make? Um,
mm-hmm,
when my books, I send them in to be edited, to be reviewed
mm-hmm,
by somebody before they're published,
mm-hmm.
and suggestions are made, and I sometimes take the suggestions, and sometimes I'm saying, no, I'm going to stay strong. I really believe in what I did. But no, I try not to take the criticism personally, and I try to learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
But I will admit, it's more fun to get the good ones. Yeah.
True, true.
And
Me
at the
too.
same
I'm also going to do that.
with the good ones, I try not to get too cocky. And I
Yeah.
try to learn from them too, like what was it that they enjoyed so I could bring
Hmm.
it to the next one. Yeah.
I really love how you have that perspective.
Yeah.
So even if it's the bad or the good review, you still see what are the things that people actually like and what can I learn from these. I love
Mhm.
that. So, having a background in dramatic arts and communication, when did you first call yourself a writer?
You know, believe it or not, I won the Indie Reader Discovery Award. You don't
Congratulations.
have that on yours. I have it on my cover. See right there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yes, we should
That's
have that
when
here.
that's when I felt legitimate. I think what's the term? Poser. I When I first published this book,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of my friends and my family didn't know about it. I was
Uh huh.
outed by a friend. She
Uh
wanted me
huh.
to do something for her on Facebook, and I said, "Will you do something for me on Facebook?" And
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was just going to keep it, on hers because
Mm-hmm.
she was selling something. Well, she went very, I mean, it ended up on my feed and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And my niece sends me a message like, "What's this all about?" And then I get a message from my brother going, "What is this? Who's Renaii?" And so because I really didn't know how it would work.
Uh-huh.
I was worried if it failed, if I bombed, nobody would have
Mm-hmm.
to know, that kind of thing. And I think once I won an award, I felt legitimate.
Yeah, and
And I think
validated as well.
and think once my friends and my relatives start referring to me as a writer too. I was getting together with some relatives, and one of them made the comment about something going on. He goes, "Well, Susan's a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll, I gave away my real name. Renaii, she's a writer. She'll, maybe she could, put this in a book." And I went,
Uh-huh.
"Award-winning writer, thank you,"
Award-winning writer. Yes.
because I had won that award. So I think, and now that people ask me about it and stuff, but I was very insecure about it in the beginning. So it
Mm-hmm.
was when I won the award. So
Yes.
yeah,
And right now you're an award-winning writer and love
yeah,
that. I love how you I love how you tell that story. Yeah, it's really inspiring
yeah,
because when I was younger, I wasn't a writer. I just write something before, and then when I have my published works, I'm not an author, just having published works, doing blogs, and then I'm proud to be a writer. Even though other people will not really call me that, I'm a writer. I am a writer. I write for a living.
yeah.
So uh yeah, some of these awards actually gives us the validation that
Mhm.
we really are this, and this is us,
Yeah.
and that is you, an award-winning writer.
Yeah. Can I just say something to anybody, any
Mm-hmm.
aspiring writers out there? I don't think you have to win an award. I don't want to put
Mm-hmm.
that pressure on people to call yourself a writer. I mean, I think I was insecure about it, but
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and call yourself a writer.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I agree to that as well. So now let's talk about your latest book, the other one. So we have The Wrong Side of the Flame,
I
a
got it.
Bridget Laflamme mystery. I really love this title. Can I say it again? The Wrong Side of the Flame, a
Yes.
Bridget Laflamme mystery. And you have the
Yes.
book cover right there. So what was the initial spark or idea that led to its creation?
Well, once again, I guess it's exposure in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Some years ago, just for exercise and something to do, I took a belly dance class, and that
Mm-hmm.
just created 10 or more years of fun activity and some great friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like with college, I developed some good friendships. In belly dance, I did. And the teachers would have us perform. I was never a professional belly dancer. I've been
Mm-hmm.
in interview, people have called me that. And no, I know the professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But we would still perform at Renaissance fairs, street fairs, student showcases,
Mm-hmm.
in restaurants. I did all that. I had the tips put in my belt, all that kind of thing. And so through that, I got exposed to the Renaissance fair and the
Mm-hmm.
people who are very much part of that culture. And that through meeting them, that took me to other culture, I would say, alternative ways of thinking. I, for a few years, would occasionally attend a sweat lodge.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting. And then what I would call the adult venues. These are a little kinky places where
Mm-hmm.
consensual stuff goes on. And there were a lot of people that were at all three of these events. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of crossover, but I found them fascinating, and I found them in books and in movies. Whenever you saw a character like that, well, first of all, a lot of times these people did not exist. But when you
Mm-hmm.
saw them, they were either the creepy villain or the real big loser or, the
Sure.
one that people made fun of. And so I wanted to create characters that are part of this world that are very normal, very likable.
Yeah.
The way I put it is, if they moved in next door to you, they'd be great neighbors. You would trust them to get your mail and feed your dog while
Mm-hmm.
you were on vacation. You would, have some wonderful conversations with them. It's just that maybe on the weekends they go do different things and you do different things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really love how you actually put representation in your book as well.
Yeah.
And yes, and you actually give the chance to these people in their perspective this time, not as the villain, not as the loser, but this time they are in the story as the real people as well, that other characters
Yeah.
also get to encounter every day. So when you were creating these characters, do you draw inspiration from real people or are they entirely fictional, or your
No,
main characters as
they're
well?
inspired, but they're modified and switched
Hmm.
up enough that nobody, well, I don't think I'm going to be sued, but nobody's going to feel weird or awkward.
Hmm.
Some people who did inspire, I did say, listen, this is how I'm describing a character inspired by you.
Hmm.
And I made them all beautiful. So they were all
Hmm.
okay. But I also, again, there's a lot of exaggeration and a lot of things that are different about them. But I did,
Hmm.
and then even the minor characters, um, the woman who sells all the essential oils. I've seen many of those ladies and how they looked and how they dressed.
Hmm.
Um, the people that hang out at these places. So they are, definitely inspired by reality.
True.
Mhm.
I love how you actually create these characters with, real people with modified stories.
Yeah.
So also kind of fictional. So I can imagine you there going to a cafe, drinking coffee, and you're observing people, and I'm gonna write a story about this guy, but he is going to be it's like that.
You know, uh, there are a few people like in both books. I've always wondered if they read it, they would say, "Huh?" I mean, because in some cases it's just a moment connection with them.
Hmm.
There's a line
True.
or phrase they say that I really like that line.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that line or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True. True.
yeah.
So, how does your background or personal experiences influence the stories that you create?
Well, again, I think I like jigsaw puzzles, and
Mm-hmm.
so because I was wondering why I liked all those. First of all, murder mysteries, especially like the British, you know,
Mm-hmm.
both in the books and the TV series. I love, public television, all those,
Mm-hmm.
Father Brown, Midsummer's Murders, and then I also watch a lot of the Dateline, 48 Hours. And I was just wondering, at one point, I thought, why do I like this? Because I'm not a violent person and I don't like
Mm-hmm.
scary stuff and I don't like horror. But I
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that there's a story and there's a resolution. I like the fact that people are working towards something and they're gathering what I call the puzzle pieces and they put the pieces together. And so I think
Yes.
that's what I like about, these kind of mysteries. And I have to admit now, when I watch one or read one, I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
predicting, I'm guessing who did it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'm right now. And so I think, and then I think as a dramatic arts person who
Mm-hmm.
not only wrote, but put on productions, I'm very
Yes.
aware that of the visual aspects. I try to make it so that you can really visualize my
Mm-hmm.
characters, what they look like, and like the room they're in,
Mm-hmm.
and or the scenery. I really try to make it like you are in the middle of them with them. So,
True.
and the pacing, I find that
Yes.
to be like the biggest challenge. They can't get too bored, but you can't go too fast, and there's got to be some excitement like at the end of every chapter
Mm-hmm.
or something that makes them want to read the next chapter. And
Yes.
the hard part is you mentioned the ending. I
Mm-hmm.
want the ending to be satisfied. I don't want the, I read all this for the
Uh-huh.
I want them, even if they guessed it, to feel like there was, like, first of all, that justice happened. I'm a big person on
Mm-hmm.
justice. I want there to be something fair and just at the end, but I want it to be real and I want it to be almost exciting.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I really love how you actually get to connect with your readers by um describing it perfectly, like the readers are right there. And
yeah.
then they also get to be engaged, like keep guessing what's going to happen next. So
Mhm.
I love that. I'm excited for your books as well. So right now, this is because I'm already inspired by what you just said. You have, yeah, you actually gave me tips now on how I will write my stories in the future. And this is for aspiring writers out there. What advice would you give them as they embark on their own writing journey?
Well, I'm going to be blunt and mean in the beginning, but
Mm-hmm.
then I'll be nice.
True.
One is just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. When I first published a book and people found out, I was amazed at how many people, including hairdressers, people behind the counter, said, I've always wanted
Mm-hmm.
to write a book. Do it. I mean, I don't know
True.
what else to tell you. But then again, um, I think it helps for me to take the time. I'm not good at, oh, I have 15 minutes. I'll work on this chapter. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I was. I would probably be more prolific. But I have to create a period of time where I don't expect the phone to ring. I don't expect
Mm-hmm.
anything and I can write. And at times I also said I believe in the muse. I really believe
Mm-hmm.
that muse is there. And that muse is fickle. She comes and I'm really, oh my God, I'm really so proud of what I get done. And then there's time like, come on, muse, come on, come on. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just looking at my keyboard. And then I'm typing crap. I'm just typing. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, embrace the muse. Embrace the
Mm-hmm.
muse, accept the muse, accept good days and bad days. But
Yeah.
part of it is just sit down. And I also sort of think, who's your audience or what are you writing this for? Are you writing it
Mm.
for yourself? That's fine. I don't care. But maybe others won't care either. And like I realize with my characters, I will sometimes hand books out to friends. And like with
Mm-hmm.
my brother, my brother jokes that he has read them, and my brother has written medical books. And I go, well, I haven't read
Uh-huh.
yours either. It's kind of a running joke. But yeah. And I will,
Yeah.
so I basically do it. Figure out
Mm-hmm.
what it is you want to write. Who's your audience and just do it. Yeah.
Yes. Do it, you guys. Let's all do it because
Uh,
I need that as well. I need to do it
oh yeah.
now.
I have to tell
Yeah.
myself that as well. I have to tell myself
Mm-hmm.
that a lot. Yeah.
Yes. So, by the way, can you give us a sneak peek into any upcoming projects or ideas you're currently working on?
Okay, yes. These lovely ladies in Death by Chaos, I am revisiting them. I didn't think I was going to do because B- in all honesty, I was satisfied with them. I love my characters. I in both books, I love my characters. And I think in some weird way, I'm creating all my best friends. And I have a lot of real good friends in real life, but
Mm-hmm.
somehow I'm creating these friends that I just love. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think I would visit them. I thought, I'm done with them. They're in a good place. I like that. But people were asking about them. And that
Mm-hmm.
so I thought, okay. So the book is called The Murder at Aphrodisia,
Oh.
and the title gives it away. These poor ladies. Things just happen when they're together. What can we say? And again, and I'm looking forward to that. And it's the women aren't the same. I mean, it's been 10
Mm-hmm.
years. Things have changed in their lives. They're getting older now. And as you age, you do have changes of perspective. I've always
True.
said there are things you could do and say in your 20s that's kind of cute and adorable. You do it in your 40s and it's like, oh God, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And so
Yeah.
they're getting to that age now where they're looking at life a little differently, but they've also know each other and can almost predict each other at this point.
Mm.
So it's called The Murder at the Aphrodisia, and I'm really excited about that. And
Wow.
and because of things that happen in this book, it's a
Mhm.
standalone, but there is connection to Death by Chaos.
Wow.
There
I
is
am excited about that.
there are references to what happened to them during this period.
Nice.
Yeah.
Real nice. I'm excited now. I'm having goosebumps now. So I want to have the wrong side. Oh no, the Death by Chaos first, and then
Yeah.
the other books, and this one, Murder at the Aphrodisia. I'm really excited about this. So right now, I'm going to give the floor to you, the stage to you, Renee, and tell us where we can find your book.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to do something weird. I'm reading some comments that come up, and
Go
there was a
ahead.
woman named Catherine, and she said she liked my bangs. So, Catherine, if you're
Oh,
still out there, thank you. My bangs are an issue, and I really worked on them. Yes,
uh-huh.
there you are, Catherine. So,
Yes,
thank you.
Catherine Lindsay.
Yes, I saw that earlier, and I was like, okay, I got to thank her. Okay.
uh-huh.
And so a little bit of hairspray I had to use. Okay.
Nice.
And then, oh, somebody asked me, why is the chaos upside down? When, as you know, when you do self-publishing, I don't
Mm-hmm.
design my covers. I mean, I give ideas and I approve, but I don't do the
Mm-hmm.
artwork. But when the person did it, I loved it because chaos throws you all around. So
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was a good idea, so I approved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Okay.
nice.
But my books can be found on Amazon. I do
Mm-hmm.
have a website, RenaiiWest.com. And yes, my name is spelled a little differently because there are
Mm-hmm.
a lot of real Renaii West out there, and I didn't want to confuse them. But it's
Mm-hmm.
RenaaiWest. I'm on what I don't know what we call now. It used to be Twitter. Do we just
Yeah,
call
it's
it
X
X?
now. I still call it Twitter.
Anyway, but I'm Renaii RenaaiW, and then I'm also on Instagram. So, and then I do have an email, RenaiiWest@gmail.com. If anybody wants to question me, if you want a copy of my book, signed or something, but you can find them on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the easiest and best place to buy them.
Nice.
Murder at Aphrodisia is not out yet. Our goal is to have it out by April.
Nice. Excited
Okay.
about that. So Renaii West, everybody get your copy of Death by Chaos and The Wrong Side of the Flame, a Bridget LaFlamme mystery on Amazon and Barnes& and Noble. You can also check out her website. That's www.renaaiwest.com. That's RenaaiWest.com.
Yeah.
And her other book is also upcoming this April. It's called Murder at the Aphrodisia. So let's all watch out for that. And
Okay. Yeah.
Renee, thank you so much for joining us here today. It has been an awesome time with you.
Oh, I had a blast. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So go tell your story, you storyteller. This is your host, Revan. And as we say it here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye for now. Stay awesome.